I'm going to introduce here. Dave has done an amazing thing with the pictures that you've not only seen upstairs but on the wall behind me. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Davidson.
Good evening, everybody. I was gonna, as a former youth pastor, I had this great icebreaker all planned out. I was gonna have you guys go do some things and meet each other, but you all are so loving, and you're all talking so well and getting to know each other. I'm gonna skip that. But please do this. If you haven't met someone that you see, please try to also, before you leave today, meet them, because it's all about relationships tonight. And I want to tell you how I met Mike Huckabee and Bob Vanderplatz, and it'll tie into a little bit what we're doing with the pictures tonight real briefly. I'm a photographer, as you might have figured that out, and I'm sitting here in my room working on pictures during the caucus race here a couple years ago. My brother from Virginia has the audacity to send me email after email, email after email. You got to go check out this Mike Huckabee guy. And I'm thinking at first it's some kind of internet joke with his name and everything. I didn't want anything to do with it. My brother and I work on things all the time, and he was bugging me. He was a big Huckabee fan in Virginia. But he influenced me to go to one meeting. He was bothering me. And we made a deal. I said, I'll go to one event if you just shut. Okay, you got to shut it. If I go there, it's over. He's like, deal. So he's on the website. He's telling me where to go. I go down to a press conference, and I went there, and I believe God just called me. I listened to this godly man, had a vision for America, and I'm like, son of a gun, my brother's right again. And we started a blog that day called Stuck on Huck, and eventually did some photos called Huckisms. Along the campaign trail, after I did about 20 events as a freelance, just go-getter, no one asked me. Maybe they wanted me to leave, I don't know, but I just went out there like some of you get involved, like you are tonight. I met a man named Bob Vanderplatz. He gave a great speech about how you can vote in a godly way. What has God called you to do as a voter? And we just started talking, and I didn't really, I gotta be honest, I didn't know who he was. He invited me out for coffee later, and I realized the guy's been running for governor for a while. He's a good guy. I'm like, cool, you never know who you're gonna meet here, you know what I'm saying? And so, the reason why I even told my story, even though I think it's a fun story, is you also have a place to be here. I believe that God has a plan for you somewhere in the niche of influencing other voters, one way or another, for people like Bob Vanderplatz and Mike Huckabee. I know of another man who here is running for office here as an independent, Tom Shaw. Right, Tom? Tom, wave your hand there. I know Tom's your brother. Will be speaking here in a moment. Now, I haven't been around Kent 20 times, but I tell you, all three of these guys, I just met Tom tonight. I can tell you what I like about politics now is that I like the person. They're not fakes. When you travel around with Bob and Mike like I have, you get to see some of their personal life, and they're actually more authentic in their private life than they are in front of you. And if my endorsement means anything to you, take it from me. These are good guys. Okay, very good guys. Paint a different picture. This is what my son brought me today out of the mail. Glenn Beck, whether you like him or hate him, he kind of represents some new ideas. He's sticking out his tongue out. The liberal media wants to paint us as mad people, and I'm just seeing all the love in the room. I think it's just time. Well, that youth pastor part of me's coming back. I'm thinking, go like this and just walk towards someone, give them a little high five. Come on, come on. I need some high fives here. Everyone needs a high five. Who needs a hug? How about an appreciative hug? Everyone needs a hug. Come on, give me a little hug. I'm seeing some people out here. Okay, I've got more, but I'll hold back. Now, I got to get my announcement done real quick here. These images, I appreciate all the interest in it. It's just an example. That happens to be my shtick, my expertise. You might be a plumber or a community organizer. I don't know where that would get you. I'm saying, if you think you don't have a spot in this election, if you don't think you can be what I call a vote raiser, well then you lie to yourself, all right? Because you have a spot. Can you push a button? Everyone go like this. All right, you can pass on the great press releases that Bob has and things that Lori sends out. Just so you know, the pictures, there's some prints upstairs. It's just a donation of at least $10. If you want to grab one, put it on the table up there. We're trying to let you have that on your wall so it can even maybe be a conversation starter. Just like my brother challenged me, you might see something on your wall. Oh, like right here, Janet and Mike. What a lovely couple. And you say, well, why would you have that on your wall? Well, then you start talking, next thing you know, they're volunteering for the campaign. Okay, that's kind of the thing. So, who's coming up here next? Melody. Paul's coming up here. Okay. The last thing I was just going to tell you is that we now have the ebook available of Huckisms. Who would like a copy of that for free? Can I get a witness? Okay. Lori's going to be sending that out. And also on the wall, there's a thing called Here in Iowa. And we might be doing something with that ebook. And you might want to encourage Bob and all the things he's doing while he's here. We'll have Paul come back. Thanks for your time. Listen to my story. You guys have a place here. And I'm just so good to see you all. All right? Thanks so much.
As I think alluded to, we do have